everybody! I'm here today to talk to you about 8 driving test maneuvers that you should know. That's right, if you're going to be taking your driving test soon, then you should most definitely know these 8 maneuvers, because I can almost guarantee that they will be on the test. And if those maneuvers themselves are not on the test, then they will help you. If you know how to do them, they will help you with the other maneuvers that are on the test. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Maneuver number 1 that you should know is switching lanes. That's right. You should know how to switch lanes. And that's because you're going to have to inevitably do it sooner or later. Unless every single street where you live is a single lane street, you're going to have to switch lanes. And I don't know a single place in the world where every single street around the driving test center is one lane. So that's right, you're gonna have to switch lanes at some point in time. And here's the thing, switching lanes helps you in many ways. It helps you with your safety checks, checking your mirrors, checking your blind spot. It helps you with your signaling. It helps you with your spatial awareness. It helps you with your steering. It helps you with everything. So learn how to switch lanes properly. Number 2, turning right and left. Like, I don't think your driving test is going to involve you just driving straight for half an hour. You're going to have to know how to turn. Just like switching lanes, turning right and left helps you with all of those same things, except to a greater extent. You're steering more. Your spatial awareness needs to be higher, okay, better. Everything just needs to be more honed in. And you're always gonna have to turn right and left. Like, even if you're driving straight for an hour, you gotta turn to get on that straightaway. You gotta turn out of the driveway to get on that straightaway. So you're gonna have to know how to turn. It's as simple as that. Maneuver number 3 for the driving test is forward parking, okay? Now here's the thing. On the driving test, you're gonna have to park, but what kind of parking you do, sometimes they'll let you decide, other times they'll tell you, but you should know how to do all of the parking. So forward parking is number 3. Learn how to forward park and learn when to stop the car when you're in the parking spot. It's going to help you with so many things, and it's actually harder to forward park than to reverse park, right? So learn how to do it, because if you learn how to forward park properly, then you'll almost certainly be able to reverse park properly, which leads me into number 4, which is reverse parking. So reverse parking is super important, and from my experience, many driving test examiners ask you to reverse park because it shows more skill. It's a little bit easier than forward parking in my opinion, but it requires skills that you don't use, which is like steering in reverse. You don't use that regularly when you're driving a car, only when you're reversing. So learn how to reverse park as well. That leads me into number 5, super important, which is parallel parking, okay? Now, you might or you might not be asked to parallel park. It all depends on the whole situation and where you live and the examiner and so forth. But you should really know how to parallel park, and it's also going to help you learn so many things. Because think about it, you're reversing a car when you're parallel parking. You're steering in reverse. You're checking all around as if you were reversing, okay? You're developing your spatial awareness to get close to the curb, to not hit the car behind you, to not hit the car in front of you. You have all of these skills being put to use that it's just such a good thing to do. Learn how to parallel park. That brings me to number 6, which is reversing. Just general reversing a car. That's right. When you are reversing, you're actually taking into account so many driving skills, and you're gonna have to reverse at some point on the test. That's almost guaranteed. At some point, whether it's reversing into a spot, into a parking spot, reversing around an object, reversing to get out of a spot. Like if you forward parked your car in a parking spot, you're gonna have to reverse out of it. Okay, you either reverse into the parking spot or you reverse out of the parking spot. So learn how to reverse. And a quick tip, always be moving and always be looking when you're reversing. That's a super important tip, okay? Number 7 is driving in a straight line. So many people underestimate the importance of this. They think it's so easy. Oh, you just hold the steering wheel straight. Oh yeah, you try that, buddy. Just hold the steering wheel straight for 40 minutes and you're just gonna drive in a perfectly straight line. You're not gonna go into a curb or anything. Listen, the roads aren't 100% straight. So if you just hold the steering wheel like this and you don't move, eventually you're gonna hit the curb because the roads are not 100% perfectly straight. And even if your car is driving straight, maybe it's not perfectly aligned with the road. Even if the road is straight, maybe your car's on this 1 degree of an angle. So practice driving in a straight line and practice making those tiny little adjustments on the steering wheel to keep your car in a straight line. Last but not least is number 8, the 8th driving test maneuver that you should know, and that's all safety procedures. That's right, I consider all safety procedures in one grouping to be a driving test maneuver because it's unbelievably important. So learn when to check your mirrors, which mirrors to check, when to check your blind spots, which blind spot to check, what to do in every situation, in an emergency situation, how to swerve, like every single safety procedure, learn it inside and out, when to use it and how to use it, each and every one of them. And that's it. Those are 8 driving test maneuvers that you should know. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.